One thing that I say a lot is that the internet is filled with surprises. And not so long ago, I ended up seeing something that just stayed with me. You know, I'll be sitting down playing video games or watching anime, and I'll just go and think about this. And I decided that most of the time when stuff like this happens, I'll just go and share it with you. Now, every story has a beginning, so let's start how I ended up finding this. So not so long ago, I was in one internet rabbit hole. We have all been there before, and it was really about AI. It was one that was super mainstream and a lot of people were talking about it, and I was looking into it. Now, I'm not going to talk about this because I have many of time before, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people who just don't want to hear another guy talking about AI again. So I'm not going to go into it. But I decided to climb out of that hole and fill it back up, and the world decided to go back to normal. But I only took a couple of steps forward and then ended up falling inside of another hole. And that ended up being the VTuber rabbit hole. Why? Because not so long ago I ended up getting recommended one VTuber clip, and I decided to be like, you know what, I'm feeling a little bit different. Let me go click on this video. And that was the first mistake you make. I learned you don't do that, because if you do, your recommendations will be filled to the brim with VTuber clips. They would not leave me alone. And I was just at this point where I was like, fine, I'm gonna go and watch them. And one thing I didn't notice while watching VTubers is that a lot of them like to cover songs, probably so they can get more fans, because let's be honest, most people watch VTubers are anime fans. What do anime fans like? They like anime music. So you sing a couple of songs, people are gonna go see that and they're instantly going to go and watch them. And by cover multiple songs, I mean only one song. And it's the opening to that one anime that's very popular right now. I currently can't remember the name of it, but you're just covering the opening of that idol. And this is a song where I'm 100% positive. If you watch any anime, you have probably heard this before. I don't even think you have to watch anime. This song's absolutely everywhere. And I'm positive that every single VTuber on the planet is trying to cover this song. So I've been obsessed with watching as much as I could. As I'm listening to like my 57th one or whatever, I decided just to go and click this on a random VOD that one VTuber ended up uploading a couple months ago. And in between not paying attention to it because I put it on the second monitor, I'm just playing the game on the side, I looked to it and they ended up bringing up this thing. And I had to instantly look at it immediately. What they ended up talking about was toco. Now, ever since I ended up hearing that, I had to look into it immediately. So let me give you a little bit of lore about this person right here. So the first thing that really made more people talk about him was this Twitter tweet right here, where he ended up talking about that he finally got this outfit and he can enact his dream to become an animal. I guess he's like a level 1000 furry. This is like the final ultimate form of them. Basically, that tweet ended up exploding. A lot of people were talking about it because obviously they would. That's probably not something you hear every single day. And then also another thing where a lot of people also ended up hearing from him ended up being one TikTok. It was a TikTok that was uploaded, I think like last year. That TikTok was basically filled to the brim with misinformation. Everything on that TikTok was a 100% lie. But most people in the TikTok comment section, they just ate it up. They just 100% believed it. Because let's be honest, no one is gonna go and check. They probably don't really care that much. They probably saw it and were like, whoa, this is absolutely crazy. They probably keep on scrolling. And ever since I ended up watching these, I decided to go check out his channel. Now, he has a YouTube channel where he acts out activities where he's basically in this dog suit. Now, there are two things that instantly I want to question immediately. One is the suit in general. It is extremely high quality, but it's also really weird at the same time. Like, I can easily see how someone could see a clip of this and truly believe that this is a dog. They wouldn't think that this is just someone in a suit. They'll just walk by it and be like, oh yeah, that's I don't know what dog breed it is. I don't know anything about dog breed, but they'll be like, oh man, look, it's that dog. And then just move on. But you're gonna need to take like a double take or look like for an extremely long period of time to realize that this is not a real dog. This is just like a crazy high quality suit. I'm very curious to see how much money he spent to get something like this, because again, it's very wellly made, and I know that furry suits can be comically expensive. And another thing, how does he get inside of this suit? I used to think, oh yeah, you just walk in and then you crawl around, until I'm 100% thinking that's probably not going to make a lot of sense, because you crawling around, it's going to be really easy to tell that you're just someone in a suit. So I'm assuming he's walking on his knees, which just seems extremely uncomfortable, but that is literally the only way I could come down to the conclusion, thinking that he can walk and still look like a dog. So basically, I found this channel. I ended up watching a lot of the videos on it. So sit down, get a snack or get a drink, or just sit down. You don't have to get anything. Let's go and watch some of these clips. So one video that instantly caught my eye, like I saw this immediately and I was like, I have to go and watch this, was basically basically him drinking Coke. Because when I ended up seeing this suit, that was one thing that ended up coming to my head. How do you breathe in that? And two, can you drink food from it? Because, you know, as we all know, dogs eat. And I'm assuming that this guy wants to go 100% in this. Like, he's gonna be those people who like go on online games and roleplay constantly. And it seems like he has a mount hole where he could go and drink. Now in this video, he decides to go and sit down and drink a cup of Coke. I don't know why he made it a mission to literally nearly chug the whole thing, but I guess he must be extremely thirsty inside of a suit like that. I wouldn't really be that surprised. And after that, he decides just to hold Coke and just wave it around. You know, him doing this really reminds me of the old Coca-Cola ads they do. I don't know if they still do it because I don't watch TV anymore and I don't really see them anywhere else. But it was during the winter time where they used to make like a polar bear drink a Coke, even though that's something that will be extremely bad for the polar bear's health. I mean, have you seen nutritional facts on Coca-Cola? Actually, have you seen how much calories is in soda in general? Man, that is not good at all. And plus, Pepsi is 100% better too. It's just a superior drink in literally every single way, especially Pepsi Zero, top soda. Maybe I should go and make a soda tier list one day, because that's exactly what we need. Another person talking about which soda is the best. But obviously, if I do that, mine is going to be 100% right. So another thing that I end up realizing is that most of the videos that he uploads, he's inside of a house. So I did wonder if he's ever going to go outside with this suit, because I do think it looks good enough where people wouldn't be able to tell without looking. So I was wondering if he was ever going to go outside, and he has. You know, he ended up making one video where he ended up getting enough of courage to get up and go outside and show the world the absolute beauty of this suit of his. Now, one thing that I did wonder is, would the suit get dirty? His suit could get really messed up if he's like running on the road, or if he's like walking on dirt or like on sidewalk or something. But he's 100% planned for it because he decided to go outside with his drip. He has sandals on so he can 100% protect those paws. You know, it's just good to know that even if you're a human in a dog suit, your fashion is still extremely important, and you just know you can't go outside looking rusty. You have to look 100% good. He did decide to go outside, but it didn't really last that long. He ended up getting scared immediately. I guess he doesn't want to get noticed. He wants to stay really unknown about this. But one thing that I think is funny is that in the middle of the video, some people were riding their bike and they ended up going by. So this man has the smart idea to just Metal Gear Solid it. Man just straight up lay down like a normal dog and they just don't expect anything. There's 100% drive by. He has sneak level 1000. They didn't even know anything was coming and he just moved on. Now, sadly, this story doesn't really have the best of endings. Not because something bad happened to him. I think he's just 100% fine. But it seems like he hasn't really been uploading lately. Because the last video that I ended up uploading, which did pretty good, but that video ended up being uploaded 4 months ago. And after that, it's kind of just been dry. We haven't really seen anything from him, or at least I couldn't find anything from him. Now, he has uploaded some YouTube shorts. I think the last one he ended up uploading 4 weeks ago, where he's like rolling around in the dirt, having himself a good old time. This is just something that I ended up seeing, and I just kept on thinking about it over and over again. And I ended up learning that if something I can't get out of my head, or something that I keep on thinking about, usually if I make a video about it, then suddenly it just goes away, and I can move on and maybe go back into my internet rabbit hole of watching thousands of VTubers cover that exact same song. I am positive that there are more uploads of it right now, and I will listen to all of them that I could. That's probably not going to be possible. Anyway, this is just something that I want to talk about. My name is Lua. You have a good day or night. See ya.